G'day, welcome to Real Action. Michael Guest. I've got Wayne Gordon and his young bloke Riley Gordon's joined me as well for a bit of a bait session. Clean the freezer out. We've got plenty of burley, haven't we, Wayne?
We have.
It's wafting out the back, ready to go. We've prepared, I reckon, a concoction of prawn heads, pilchards, bits and pieces.
Yeah, just whatever was in the freezer, mate.
So the burley's happening. Snapper, mackerel this time of year, tuskfish, you name it. There's amazing what will swim up the burley trail. I've got some slimy mackerel there we've salted down. We've got squid, so we've got a range of cut baits. And I've got to tell you, fingers crossed, it's looking pretty good. We had a bit of a sound around when we first pulled up, drove around. We've marked a few fish, and now we're going to try and bring them into the fold, into the back, into where the baits are.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. You got him? Go, mate.
As soon as I hit the bottom, he's just picked it up and...
Yeah, as soon as you hit the bottom, eh?
Yeah.
All right, that could be the desired species. It could be a snapper, this one.
Let's hope so.
You never know.
Here he comes.
Oh. All right,
Good.
snapper time.
Nice little snapper.
Swing him over.
Nice one.
Oh.
Good stuff.
Look at him.
Look at that. So you've gone up in the sinker size, I noticed.
He has.
We're in, what are we in? Just on 43 metres of water, so they're pretty cool, those ones, because you just clipped that extra one on. That whole slimy, I noticed, Riles,
yeah.
So that's done the damage. See if we can just pop that hook out of there. Cool thing, snapper. Oh, he's come out pretty nicely. They're cool things, snapper. The bright blue dots and that blue that just sits above the eye there, an amazing looking fish. Of course, they grow up to some ridiculous size, but as far as an eating size go, that's probably
Perfect.
the right size.
Yeah,
to
no,
eat
good
that
size.
there. Got him on?
Yeah, got one, mate, yep.
That's a
Just backed
shot.
off your sinker size and something's grabbed it.
You can, I don't know if you can see it there, the burleys, we're sort of laying, we've got the electric motor down, we're laying a bit of breeze pushing us out this way, but the tide's going that way, which is always good because you haven't got an anchor rope to worry about, but the burley's going down through there. I've put a bait closer to the bottom because it was a little bit quiet. And actually not doing that well, and it's probably not the smartest thing to do because I'm fishing here, but the burley's angling back out there. And Gordo's, I think you put a smaller sinker on, didn't you?
Yeah, I had a bigger sinker on and it was, yeah, pretty much up and down and the smaller one and it paid off.
Well, the whole idea is to keep your bait in that burley trail, isn't it? That's the secret.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to leave this one out. I'll stick this one in the rod holder over here and we'll have a look here in 2 seconds and see what...
Got a bit of colour there.
Yeah, a little bit of colour there. What do we got?
No,
I think it could be
I'm
another...
not going to pick it.
It could be a snapper. Oh, and I'll swing him in. That's the next size up. I reckon you got... I got Riley there with that one.
I've got him all right.
I'll just do that. You do the next bit. Notice that one's got the bump on the head, so that's let's get my hand out of the leader there. So that's developing that bump. For a fish that size, that's quite a big bump on its head, that one, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
And you see them, they can end up with this, well, I reckon, if he grew to that really big size, that was going to end up to be one of those big trophy snapper with that huge bump. And even there, he's got a bit of a bump going on there, like a bit of a double shuffle.
And everyone's got their different theories on what the bump does and
what it's for and why it's there. And I've heard things about parasites or they do it, they smack their heads on the rocks to knock cungy and things away to feed. I don't think anyone really knows. But I think it's predominantly the male fish that have it. Well done. All right, on the board, on the board.
Marine Rescue New South Wales has more than 3,000 volunteers to help keep you safe on the water. You can log on with your local Marine Rescue base when you're heading out. You can call them back to check your marine radio is working. Best of all, they'll come to your rescue if you break down or worse. It costs a lot to provide this world-class service, so make sure you support your local volunteers whenever you get the chance. Marine Rescue New South Wales, volunteers saving lives on the water.
Looks like we're starting to get a few fish in the Burley Trail there now, and I've got GPS is still up. I can probably get rid of that, but I've got down scan and conventional sounder picture, and there's a little bit of conjecture. Do you leave your sounder on when you're fishing? Absolutely, I always do, and it could be a case where in 40 odd metres, a mackerel could be swimming around in the Burley Trail up around 15 metres, and while you're dropping baits down, you might miss him. So it's always good to see what's happening. And if that mackerel was there, I could target that because I know what depth it's at, so I leave them on all the time.
Got him on.
Oh, that's the go. Go, Riles. Oh, slightly better one.
And they were the ones we just seen come through on the sounder then.
We're just talking about those fish on the depth sounder. I reckon that's them. Riles has got the rod bent over. We're using the glass tip rods today, so they're just fantastic for bait fishing, and we're fishing with 25-pound nylon, some 40-pound leader, and whatever size chemically sharpened hook we need to get down. I'm using some 6.0s and 5.0s and 6.0s. But you've caught a snapper, Riles has caught a snapper, and I've caught...
You're on.
Grab that, and I think I might be on.
Get him out the holder, mate.
No, I'm on. I couldn't get it out of the... I was struggling to get it out of the holder there.
Got colour here.
I'm on too.
Oh, look out, that's all happening.
I've got a little sambo.
Oh, well, Riles, you're going to have to deal with that yourself, brother.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
We're in all sorts of trouble.
Oh, look at the sounder. They're following them up.
Get the hook out of that one. Let's get him back in the water. And,
oh,
it's a battle of the older fellas over here, Riles.
mate.
So get him back in the drink, Riles.
There he
Ease away.
goes.
Good stuff. Straight back down the bottom. What do we got?
You got a snapper,
I've got a
and I have a snapper too.
Mate, it's a battle of the snappers. You lift yours up first. I'm going to come in second, because I reckon I'm going to come in second, and then
You
I'll
might
be...
have just
And then
got
I'll
me
be
on the
first.
post.
So you go around that way. Jump out of the way. You can come in first, and I reckon I'm going to do you with that one.
Oh, you did.
I reckon I've got you. So you can push yours out as far as you like.
I'll give it a go, but I don't think it's going to do much.
I think I've got you there. I wonder who's going to win the race back to the bottom there, Gordo. Hey? Ready?
Yep.
Come on, and
Go.
set. Go, pinch him on the tail. He's gone.
Nice one.
Oh, it's good, isn't it? Oh, there's a bite.
Oh, he's got him.
Loaded up on it.
Got him. So that's on the squid again, lads.
Yeah, righto. It could be.
We do have a selection of baits. We have tuna, slimy mackerel, yellowtail that have been brined, squid, and some fresh mullet as well.
A little snapper.
It's a nice one. Thanks, mate. You can see that squid flying around everywhere. Be really careful when you're handling fish like this. They've got so many sharp spikes.
Guesty, here's your rod, mate. I'm on
You were supposed to be holding me right. They've got so many sharp spikes. I know you don't want to do it to your shirt. You need to get a rag or just tuck it in there like that, and make sure you run your hand backwards. If you run your hand back up those spines, especially that one there, wow, there's some shockers there. So just run your hand back up the spines, and that's the easiest way to handle the fish. Just a little fella, that one.
Maybe another little one here too, I think.
Yeah?
Yep, here he is, about the same size, I'd say.
Same size. Another nice school fish. Travelling. Oh, he's the next. No, he's the next size up. They travel in school. So as far as bait goes, we're catching them on both at the moment.
That was on a full slimy.
All right.
Brine.
I reckon my squid. That's a half a big squid head. That can go straight back down. And that's on the slimy as well. So
Yeah.
what we might do, unhook that, throw that one back. We'll just show everyone how we rig those slimies up. Pop him back in the drink. A pretty fish.
Some people, put them head first, tail first. I prefer head down.
Well, most predatory fish eat head first, don't they?
That's right, yep.
So, yeah.
And then you can half hitch the tail as well.
And that keeps that bait nice and straight, doesn't it? So show everyone, once you do that
Like
half
that.
hitch, and in the current, that's going to be just sitting there waving around like
That's
that,
right.
and the fish will come up and eat it head
Yep.
first. I've got a single hook on this rig, and that's actually half of a big green-eyed squid, so I think you still want it to look reasonably presentable when it goes to the bottom. You don't want it to be all bunched up, so I'll just go through pinch it through the top there, and then I'll go through that main big candle, the big long leg there, and I want that hook to sit pretty much in amongst all of that, and that's how that bait will sit down the bottom there with those legs just wafting away in the current. Oh, got him on there, lads.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm hoping it might be a pearl perch, is what I'm hoping. We'll see. Oh, it's the tusky, mate. Grab that. He's thrashing his head around, so I can just lift him straight.
Oh, nice one too.
Yes.
Might be tasty eating too,
They
I think.
are unfortunate. It's an unfortunate day for my friend here, because I think I will take him home for dinner, that one. We let a lot of fish go on real action, but this bloke here, he's a seriously good eating creature, that one. Yep. Got something on, I think, here, boys.
Yeah, righto.
It's the pearly.
Whoa! That's a nice one.
He had me hung up in the bottom. He's busting a sinker off there. Grab that, Riles. Grab that, Riles. Yes. That's what we came here for,
Very
Riley.
nice pearly.
Yep.
Pearl perch. That's an absolute beauty, that. So it's funny how things work out. In closer there, the current's really like non-existent almost,
nothing,
isn't it?
yes,
So
at all.
our burley's going down. We've got some nice snapper though. We did really
Yep.
well on the snapper. You got a little Samson fish.
Yep.
But the current's ripping out here, but straight away 2 quality fish. So that Venus tuskfish and pearl perch, top of the list, I've got to tell you.
I'm
beat
guessing
it.
that's going where your tusky was
Oh,
going.
I do like eating these as well. And it's a day today. We're going to keep a few. We've let a few snapper go,
Yep.
and we'll certainly let any big fish go, like big
Yep.
snapper go.
Yep.
But I tell you that is just that's right up there. Grab hold of that for us, Rolls. That's right up there with probably the premium table fish in this part of the world.
Got something on here, Guesty?
Seriously?
Yeah, well, it's very hard to tell the bite because of that current, but you know, there's definitely a bit of weight there.
Yeah, it's
Might be the big sinker.
might be the big. It's going to be quite embarrassing if we wind it up. It's only a sinker. You do realise.
Oh!
It's head
The
shakes.
sinker is alive.
Boom, boom, boom. I'll get this right out of your way, but it is. It's definitely on the edge of what we'd use for nylon. So I thought we were in 8, now we're in 60 metres here. So fair bit of current. So you would be using braid, but we didn't bring our braid rods. We're using the nylon, and it's perfect for that inshore bait fishing. This is about as deep as we're going to go.
A nice tusky here. Another nice tusky.
It's quite pink, that one.
Yes.
Something's
Something had a bit of a chew at him.
something's had a bit of a. Oh, look at that.
Like that. Yep.
Whack. So that's not new, I don't think, is it?
No.
No, so he's. Mate, imagine what goes on down there. The colours changed pretty well. That one that we caught before was sort of bigger, bull-headed one, green. This one's quite pink, and it's got that sort of pinky apricot sort of colour going on there. But yeah, cool-looking fish. Blue dots, a lot of blue dots all down through here as well. But they are, they're just a great-looking fish. Well, hang on to him.
Got him on.
Got him on. Go, Riles. It's such a nice day. What are you going to call it for?
I think I'm going to call it for a pearly.
All right, so why? Say just for people at home, turn around here, tell everyone, why are you saying it's a pearl perch?
It's got that bit of a dead weight.
Oh, okay, yep, Coops, continue. Bit of a dead weight, and because they open their mouth up when they come up? Righto, good explanation, I like that. Whereas if it was a snapper, it'd be going bounce, bounce.
Yeah, a bit more of a-
okay,
more head
cool.
shakes.
I like it. A few more head shakes. So if it's a rock cod, that's not going to be real good, is it?
No, or just a sinker.
A
but-
big
Just the
sinker,
sinker.
I'm thinking.
This is a big sinker. So this could be really embarrassing, or it could be awesome if it's a pearl perch. Oh, hang on. I can see some colour. And it's a dragon snapper. Get it in, Ross. Show everybody what you've caught. Everyone wins a prize. Lift that up. So that's called a hold the fish up. Don't be afraid to show everyone what you caught. So it's a Sergeant Baker. So they've got this social media following. Have you been in with the whole dragon snapper?
Yeah,
Have you posted a dragon snapper photo?
You might have to today.
So that isn't a pearl perch, just so
No,
you know, or a snapper.
not.
Righto, okay, mate. Good
It's
try
not.
anyway.
got him on. It's an alright fish, I think.
What's going on here, Rolls?
Oh, I've just dropped a line to the bottom, and I think I've hopefully a snapper.
Hopefully a snapper. Well, that'll do.
Be alright, and got a bit of colour coming. It looks like
It is a snapper.
it is a snapper.
Yeah, I'll lead him in for you.
Oh, yes.
Nice one, mate.
He's alright. He's a good little fish.
About time you caught one. No, he is a good fish, mate.
It's a bit of a cold, blustery morning. Time for a bit of fast fishing. I've shot up the coast about 13 miles, right on sunrise, and I'm going to try and chase a snapper on soft plastics this morning. That's the goal. It is quite cold. Actually had a beanie on for the run up. But great part of the world here, all broken reef in front of me. It's all about big long casts and letting that lure sink down. Yep. All right, mate, come on. Up you come. Snapper sit pretty high in the water column early in the morning and in and around those tide changes. And displays the fish light. I've only got a 1/4 ounce jig head on. And we're only in pretty shallow here, 13 metres, so I've just got to work hard to get him up off the bottom. That's what we came for. So I can sneak it in there. Yes! Oh, there we go. Woo! Oh, that makes getting out of bed early worthwhile. Wow, such a good sport fish snapper. Oh, years ago we started fishing with them with this sort of light high modulus tackle rods that really have got a bit of a sporting aspect about them, and turned snapper into this fantastic sport fish. And I'm still putting my net together. That's how unorganised I am this morning. Look at that, beautiful fish. See that soft plastic hanging out? That's more of a natural colour, sort of a pilchardy type colour, that one. But it's certainly done the job, and he climbed on that. Off you go, buddy. Go on. Go on. Woo! He's gone. Oh, this might be a slightly better fish. Don't forget, key bite times for snapper is that early morning light, late in the afternoon, and then try and work those tide changes. They're absolute key. All right, this is a nice fish. I wanted to... We've upgraded there from that first one. I was going to use the net, but we won't. We'll just lift him straight up. Certainly throwing soft plastic lures like this, we're trying to replicate a wounded bait fish going down the water column. But they'll feed on things like cungy and crabs that get busted up, you name it. Different times of the year, I've actually seen them up on the surface eating cuttlefish and busting up, dead cuttlefish on the surface. So it shows you how high they get in the water column. All right, the sun's getting a bit higher now. Just got clunked coming off a bit of a bump there. And feels like a nice fish, a solid one. Oh, that's what we want to see. They've got such hard mouths, so at times they can be, oh, yes. Righto, see if I can't get the net in here. That other one was a really good fish this morning, but this is the one I wanted to show you. Yes. All right. My lure of choice has just fallen off there then. He's been bashing himself around. Check that out. Beautiful mid-north coast snapper, that one there. There's a fair bit of weight in him, and he'd be, I don't know how long he'd be. Way too big for me to measure on the box there. Amazing fish, and they can grow to such a big size as well, but targeting them in this sport fishing fashion is definitely the way I like to do it.
Now that's a cracking catch. Have you been catching some ripper fish lately? Then send your photo into our Alfab's Cracking Catch competition at the Real Action Facebook page. To get you hooked up every week, we're giving away a Penn rod, reel and line combo, an awesome Ocean LED underwater light, along with some great gear from Valvoline to keep your marine engine and trailer lubricated.
Check that out, that's a magnificent shallow water snapper. A bit of fast fishing off the PWC this morning and it's all paid off. I'll let this big bloke go. I'm going to rock it back in and got a few jobs to do this morning, but I tell you, the day has started pretty damn well. You've been watching Real Action. Michael Guesty here. I'll catch you next time. Bye now. All right, mate, off you go.
If you want more tips, tricks and behind the scenes stories, check out the Real Action Fishing Podcast.